find this funny, do you?
You just can't walk properly.
You've done a fair amount of moving. Hi everybody, this is the one we've all been waiting for. Did I complete the London Marathon virtual style? In short, the answer is yeah, I did. And I actually enjoyed the day a lot more than I thought I would. It's crazy to think how much your mind can alter how you see a thing panning out. Like in my head I thought I was never going to finish, I was probably going to die. I didn't die, unless this is a strange afterlife. But yeah, let's break you through the day. I started at 6:15 in the morning. I tried to record a video. I don't think it went very well because for the first time ever I decided I'd go live. I never go live because I just don't think my life's that interesting. So, 6:15. Now my original plan was to walk the first 6 miles, give myself a bit of a warm up and just to, see how it goes. Just also to check how the app was working. I'll get to the app at the end of this, but there's going to be a lot of people who are very upset still. But the app was working fine. It did, however, throw my Fitbit off, and so that wasn't used as much as it would do, just to try and chart progress and see how we do. But anyway, I got 2 miles in and thought, this is a bit boring and a bit cold. So I started to run. Didn't run the whole thing that I was expecting to run in that particular stint, but I think I probably covered about 10k, about 6 miles running in that first 9 mile slot. Now, my route planning had gone a few ways in the last few weeks, and I stumbled across what I thought was a reasonably easy route that was potentially quite downhill for large parts of it as well, which would help in the later segments of the race. So I did 3 9-mile loops basically. The first one was done in the dark, second one was done in the rain, third one was done in the sunshine, a bit like a traditional 3-act play. Yeah, so the first stint was easy, and I was back home in that first loop by about 8:15, and I had some breakfast. I had some Weetabix, always good, and I had these kind of what are they called? They're the Sport in Science dissolvable electrolyte tablet things, and I had a couple of them. And the downside of those is they do make you smell a little bit for a few hours afterwards, but they worked or they didn't, I don't know. The placebo effect may have worked, but they kept my energy levels really high throughout the whole morning. Second stint, I ran the whole thing, and I didn't anticipate that. I really didn't, because 9 miles in one stint after already doing about 6 would have been way more than I'd already run in one block already. But it was actually okay. I took it really slow. I was probably looking at about maybe 11 minutes a mile, 11 and a half minutes a mile, I don't know. Usually I run at about 9:45 a mile, but taking it that slow helped me to actually keep a consistent pace and not to overwork the body too much. The first wall came in that spot though, and that was about 2/3 in. Those walls are psychological. Mine came at the 2/3 point and then a little bit into the third stint. So when I left for the third stint after coming home, having a banana, having something to drink, keeping up the fuels as they kept encouraging, I felt great, and I ran the first couple of miles, and then I started to really hurt. My legs just weren't moving. Breathing was fine, but my legs just didn't want to move. So I then had a really painful mile walk. I'm feeling really sorry for myself. I had about 5 miles left to go, and it felt like it was about 50. I walked for a mile, it was painful, and then I saw other people running. So when you see other people running and they see you in running gear walking, you immediately feel the shame. So I just started to move a little bit. And then as I started to move a bit more, the distance that I needed to go started to come down, and it came down and it came down. And the reason I say that the blocks are mental is because my quickest mile of the day was the 26th one. I don't mean that to sound as if I'd been really lazy in the previous 25 miles. It was because I'd just gone so consistently slowly that anything faster than that would have been quite easy to do on a regular day, but the finish line was in sight. And at that point, I felt myself thinking, if I let this drag on any longer, it's going to hurt even more. It did hurt, obviously, but the last mile, as I say, was my quickest one of the day. That last bit, I found myself almost regretting the blocks. You can't stop the blocks when they come in. You can't stop that wall. You have to get over the wall. And that sometimes can make you think like you didn't do the race properly if you let a wall affect you. Because at the end of it, I remember feeling really silly for feeling so down, and actually a little bit emotional at the idea of not being able to finish it, because I knew I'd always finish it. I wish I'd have taken more photos, more videos, but the truth is I was so focused on not interrupting the app that I didn't use my phone as much as I wanted to, which brings me successfully onto the tangent of the app. I think there's a lot of lessons been learned. The London Marathon app that we used to track ourselves was only really released within the week of the actual race, and there was already a fresh update to that a couple of days afterwards. With no trial service to see if it was working for you, it was littered with bugs. There were people who were outside of the British time zone who couldn't record anything, or if they tried to record, it literally didn't map. So I saw some stories of people getting 18, 19 miles into their races and not having a single mile written down for them. The advice from the marathon app developers was to change your time zone, but that's ludicrous considering that, like, if I'd had 5 weeks to train for this, you should be able to develop an app within that time that basically is just Strava. I don't know how it went so colossally wrong. I've also seen that if you've had to upload your time from a separate device, you can be waiting up to like 3-4 weeks longer for your medal. Now, I held off doing this video because I wanted to wait until I got my medal and t-shirt for it, but that already is beyond when they said it would come. So, you know, they've obviously hit a few problems. I didn't want to have to wait any longer than a week to release this video because it just feels like I'm getting further disconnected from it. With a marathon, it is so all-consuming, and your world is literally that for the people running it to have made such a colossal mess up with how the actual app was working for people, it's unforgivable, to be honest, especially when they've partnered with apps like Strava who do the job perfectly well anyway. Why they couldn't have just got people to have used that, I don't know. It felt a little bit of hubris, to be honest, a little bit of narcissism to have their own app that tracked you and gave the result to them when they were accepting secondary devices anyway. It just doesn't really make sense. Either way, that's not the point of it. The point is, I did it, 5 weeks of mixed training. First 3 weeks were great. Then I found myself getting laid low with common colds, a little bit of just feeling run down. Obviously, I'd done a lot more training than my body was used to, so there was going to be an almost rebalance with that as well. So maybe I needed that rest. That rest got me in a better position to actually do the race on Sunday, but I did it.
So that's that. I can't say I feel good. I'm exhausted. I gave absolutely everything, probably a little bit more. Under 6 hours though, for actual running time, which, considering I thought it was going to take probably the best part of 10, is quite the achievement. I'm going to go and die now. Bye.
And I feel really good for having done it. This week has definitely been a rest week. Barely have moved off the sofa until Thursday. It's not something to be joked at. Like, if you are going to do one, be prepared to walk like a hybrid cardboard cutout man and John Wayne meeting. Like, it's just something you'll have to consider. I can't get through this video though without actually doing the most important thing, and that's thanking a few people. The first thing I need to do is to thank everybody who supported me throughout this entire journey. Whether it was a view of these videos, a share of my donation page, giving an actual donation, anything that provided me a little bit of motivation to get through last Sunday. Thank you very much. Second group of people I need to thank are Kids Club Kampala. Fantastic charity that I've been in partnership with for the last few weeks. They supported me no end throughout the actual term of the 3 or 4 weeks I ended up being in affiliation with them. And they sent me a really lovely card, which you can see sort of propped up there. And they sent me their medal before the London Marathon did, so they win. Well done, and thanks very much. You know, I wasn't expecting this, and it's a really nice little token gesture, just to say thank you for my work for you, but it's been my pleasure the whole time. We managed to get over £250 by the end of it, which is way more than I thought. So thanks to everybody. This is the end of this playlist, the end of this challenge. It feels a little bit like I need another one. If you have any challenge suggestions, just drop them in the comments and I'll see which one of them probably won't kill me the most. But thank you to everyone who's kept with me on this series. It's been a real pleasure, and I've found out a lot about myself, all those cliches about, you know, you set yourself a goal, just do it. especially at the moment when a lot of people in my career path have got a lot of free time. Just do it. Have a go at something. You know, like, why not? Like, you spend all your time like worrying about not getting any work. There's still not going to be any work, or little work, whatever narrative you want to believe. But go for it. That's my message to you. If you find yourself all the way at the end of this video, which only about 12% of my viewers do, now you'll see a suggestion for a video I think you might like. Please check out my other videos, my other series. Room 10 Gone will return this Christmas with a couple of Christmas specials. But for the time being, thank you for being fantastic supporters. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Come on, you can make it to the lounge.
It's hard, it's low, it's accurate. Everything is a goalkeeper's work. Nice man thrown to the mix, and it goes through a few bodies as well.